Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion. And today we are going over pretty much the GUI. So this is Friday Facts 197, chugging along. There's only actually like two main things in here, but one of them is quite crazy with the GUI or GUI. So we'll start up here. Not much has happened in their office this week, rather, because the art department is out of the office the last few days, probably taking a break, I'd imagine. However, there has been some additional success on our recruitment drive, so there will be an additional 3 to 4 bodies live in the office within the next month, which is really good news. So they've managed to find and fill some positions and get more guys on the team, which hopefully means faster development and stuff. And it's funny that they say live. I know, they obviously mean like physically in the office, not like a remote like contractor or whatever. I know a couple of the devs actually don't live in Prague and just are kind of contractors in a way. But it's funny, a lot of people in the forums and Reddit and stuff were making all kind of jokes about the devs, not starting like a mortuary and actually recruiting live people and stuff. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so they're growing their team. That's good news. Almost stable 0.15. I was surprised this week when I saw on our forum that we are down to only a single page on our bug forum. Of course, this is only half the story, as we still have a whole other page assigned, as well as many which may be moved from pending, but at least it's feeling under control. We hope that the release on Tuesday, or Thursday rather, would be our stable candidate, but due to some introduced bugs, we have to do some additional releases. So this is really good news. 0.15 is at least fairly-ish close to stable. I mean, they have been releasing insane amounts of bug fixes. We're already on 15.26, I think. And I mean, each release, there's anywhere between like 5 and like 30 bug fixes. So it's pretty crazy. I do want to mention here really quick, just because I think that a couple of the devs, or 1 or 2 of the devs, watch this once in a while. I guess we should make a bug report too. I'm sure someone did. When we started our new series last night with Will and Mojo and all our patrons and stuff, we had some major desync issues, and we were playing on the latest version, so it seems like there's definitely still some things to work out. I'm sure one of the people there posted a bug report. We had quite a few desyncs from a lot of people, so we're at least getting there. So let's head down to the GUI now. The GUI is not simple. When development of Factorio started, a lot of thought went into the design and implementation of entities, prototypes, and other key elements of the game. Always the GUI code was written with, it's just the GUI is not so hard as a mindset. The following picture has been generated by Distrion, which shows all the class inheritance of the GUI code. So this is like an inheritance tree, and this thing's massive. It's just going to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. We're not going to look at like every individual thing because it's massive and would take forever. But this is really quite interesting. I'm actually going to zoom in even farther here. I am zoomed more than normal anyway, but just so we can see this. So this is kind of just like the different parts of the GUI. So choose entity button, choose signal button, choose tile button, blueprint book slot, crafting queue, and it kind of shows just an inheritance tree, kind of where they all go. Ability slot comes down and goes to slot button base, blueprint record slot, camera slot. I mean, there's so many things. Minimap slot, picture slot all go to here. And then these blue lines are type name, statistic type, item ID. And we just go down. So this shows how complicated all these GUIs are, like tying together. Train preview and stuff, and this just keeps going. You can see this thing is getting wider and wider and more convoluted. Atlas, beacon, blueprint book, record widget, blueprint library GUI, current research info, and then these all tie in like over here to the equipment button and options menu result. So when you like go to an options thing, you get results and stuff. And then these blue lines, and it just keeps going. Dialogue, a lot of this stuff, I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but they all kind of correlate to here, this GUI window. And so this is kind of like, I guess, behind the scenes almost, or behind, the framework behind what we see. It's pretty ridiculous how complicated this is. Recipe, rename, stop, write container, robot circuit control. it just keeps going. This thing is ridiculous. And I mean, it's more and more and more. So you can see how complicated this is. And even like with mods, when Hopewell was trying to, when Hopewell was trying to make the mod for our new series, and then Can made the mod for my supporter series, they were kind of discussing that like neither of them really have any idea how the GUI actually works. And I think that's the case for a lot of modders. There's not much documentation on it, like for adding modded GUIs, and it just it's kind of, I mean, it's obviously quite complicated. So with this though, we're going to zoom back out here because that's a little bit too much zoomed in, I think. As you can see, over the time it has grown to be quite large and complex area of the project. For our next development, we would definitely like to take more time in the beginning to think about our GUI system. Recently, there has been more discussion in the office about the GUI and the problems inherent with it. So for 016, Twinsen has assigned himself a lot of these fix the GUI tasks, so no doubt there will be some interesting Friday Facts material from him coming soon. So if you remember, quite a few Friday Facts ago, it was discussed, I think by Twinsen, about like proposed changes to some of the stuff. If you remember, like the different like windows for like logistics slots and inventory arrangements and stuff, which I'm guessing is kind of what they're referring to here. It was quite interesting and mostly looked good, so I definitely look forward to this for 016. I would say probably the main things, because I did have some people asking like what are the main changes in 016. As far as I know, the main things that are going to change are terrain. They're doing a big terrain rework, adding, well, Red Desert's technically already in the game, but they're adding it, I think, more so. They're also just revamping like the whole terrain generation and making all of it like just better and high resolution and stuff. So that's the main thing. Also the artillery wagon or train, which will probably come a little later into 16, maybe first release, I don't know. And then also the GUI stuff probably are the three main things that I would guess are going to be the major additions or changes in 016. Which hopefully is not too far off with their team expansion and show 15 becoming stable. I mean, obviously 16 is not going to come out right after 15 stable, because they obviously have to work on 16 unless they're doing that also behind the scenes, which would be cool. But then we just go down here, and this is the end, but this is super cool. So Community Spotlight. A while ago there was quite some craze about the micro factories. If you pay attention to the subreddit at all, people were posting these like micro factories, like launching a rocket in X tiles or whatever. And it got pretty crazy, but I think it only got, I don't remember how small it got. It was pretty crazy, but it's been taken to a whole next level. So to fit some production setup in as small as area as possible, the bar has been set very high by this recent creation by Dave McW. If you remember, he's the one who made, I think, did he do a recursive blueprint thing previously? Was that someone else? I know he did one of the first like light displays, like motion things with music, the Throd Sandstorm or whatever that was quite a few Friday Facts ago. So he did that. He's now done this, which is absolutely ridiculous. By using the recursive blueprints mod, which is really cool, by the way, he has managed to program a complete science production facility in a 9x14 area. This right here is going to launch a rocket. Now, hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this. I have muted it because there is music in the background, so I've muted the video. We will watch a little bit. It's like 4 minutes long, so we won't watch the whole thing, but just to give you an idea. And I guess quick disclaimer, I do not take any credit. I do not claim any credit for this video I'm about to show. This is all his work and Factorio, so on and so forth, okay? I'm not claiming any credit for this. We're just going to watch it. So I'm going to play this. I've muted it. So this is what he's done, right? Is he's used like smarts. You can see there's like a combinator and some boxes and wires and stuff. He's used smarts to have this essentially produce a set amount of stuff, I believe, and then change itself around. So there's robots, and you can see they're moving buildings around. This is of course sped up, but moving buildings around and changing production and stuff and then storing it. You can see there's several storage chests, and this will slowly build up to a rocket. Like I said, we're not gonna watch the entire thing, but you can see there, like, it has a turbine, it has a boiler, some water's coming in off off to the side. So I guess that, I mean, that's not included, but it's just a pump. And you can see it just keeps changing. You know, now he's making it solar and steel and circuits. And then later on, he'll do some science. If he didn't do that already, with some low density structures. And it pretty much just changes itself as needed. I'm guessing just based on a set amount, like once it has this amount of X material, it'll switch itself around. And you can see there's a timer there on the right in that light display. And he's now like moving the layout a little bit, and he's building a rocket. And I mean, this is ridiculous. Of course, you know, like I said, this is like on 5 times speed, but this is absolutely insane. Definitely, worth checking out Recursive Blueprints, watching the video in full. So he went from pretty much starting, obviously he put materials in there to begin with, you know, there's no mining drill or anything, but he supplied the materials, but it built itself and launched a rocket. Pretty ridiculous. Like, this is insane. I think it's actually continuing. It's now making ammo and stuff. Like I said, it's like 4 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this is very, very cool. Definitely worth checking out the whole video. It's absolutely insane what some of these people are doing. You can do some really crazy things with the Recursive Blueprints. If you remember the gray goo factory that someone made, I don't think it was Dave. It may have been. No, I think it was it John? I'm not sure. I forget exactly who did the gray goo thing, but it was really cool. So definitely check out this mod too. I think I'm going to call this video here, guys. You can go check out the rest of this on your own, but very, very cool. And some of you may understand this better than I do, but this is absolutely ridiculous, this inheritance tree for the GUI and stuff. So overall, good news. They've hired more people. They're heading towards 0.15 stable. I look forward to it. And we should get some interesting Friday facts in the future. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, especially in regards to that video and stuff. Really, really interesting. And if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.